how many cold opens are we going to be doing?
Well, we're doing one right now.
We're doing one. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the first one.
Yeah.
And I basically, the big question is, listener, how you doing? Huh?
Oh, God.
How you feeling out there,
great.
listener? Huh?
Uh-oh.
Hey, just turn us up nice and loud. Let us enter your ear hole because we're going to fill it full of...
Welcome to SmartLess.
Yeah.
SmartLess.
Will, are you ready? Fuck.
Yeah, I've been ready for fucking 20 minutes, AWOD.
I mean, Will had some real
Sean was
technical
busy doing the
difficulties.
Trader Joe's lobster bisque pasta. He loves that trend. He's on. He's all over TikTok doing the lobster bisque pasta trend.
Sean, do you do your own grocery shopping?
I don't. Yeah, sometimes I do. Yeah.
Well,
what was the pause
can
for?
you go deeper on the pausing?
Yeah. Well, because a lot of times thank you, Scotty, just made me some tea. Look at that. Yeah.
And
no.
can he take the rest of the afternoon off? Or
And by tea, do you mean chili?
Yeah, a cup of chili. No, I do. I go to the grocery store. Scotty, do we go to the grocery store? Help me.
Do we?
Yeah, sometimes we go
Wait
to
a second.
Yeah, we go to the grocery
I'm
store.
sorry. Can we just pause on that for 1 second? Can we pause on the Scotty? Do we go to the grocery store sometimes?
We do sometimes. But here's
Are
the
you
thing.
in a blackout?
I only like to go when I know exactly what it is I need. And then like years ago, it's so funny you said this because last night I was talking about this. Years ago, I thought
Way
it
to
was
go,
great.
JB. Here we go. It's a great story.
I know, he does seem like he's really fired. He's filled the whole gas tank ready for this one.
Yeah, get into it. Go ahead. Go back to take us back to years ago.
Yeah, I had this idea for this app, which was
Oh boy.
I was going to like
Jesus.
partner with all of these grocery stores, and when you walk into the grocery store, your phone recognizes your location, and then it gives you a map of that grocery store, and you put in what exactly you're looking for, so you're not in there for an hour just looking for the one
Some
item.
people just fill a Post-it.
So instead of looking at the signs above, you just look at your phone.
That's right,
Yeah.
and then somebody thought of it, and somebody's doing
You know
it.
what? I did,
they're
I did
bankrupt
like this
already.
idea.
Yeah.
I went to, I remember one time being in Germany and seeing these stores. They had these food stores where you go in, true story, and they'd have like set up in different areas of the store, you know, examples of prepared meals, like a beautiful, like a pasta or like a chicken or whatever. And then all the way around that item, and they would switch them up every day, they'd have all the necessary ingredients you need to buy from the store just to make that at home. Pretty good. You don't like that?
Yeah, you know what? Something I would do that. I would buy that.
You know what else they do at supermarkets is they've got rows and rows and rows of
the food.
ingredients that you could buy to build.
But this
the
is
thing
giving
you
you
just tasted.
this is kind of eliminating the like, oh, what do I need? I need to go in 8 aisles. No, all of it's
But
right there.
I can't wait
all
for
you
this
need to make
answer.
that.
I can't wait for this answer.
I know, Jason. By the way, standing in front of his huge glass house, lobbing stones.
Let me tell you something. I actually really enjoy the market. And when I go, it's expensive because I'll take 3 hours and I'll just go aisle to aisle to aisle, up and then down and then up and then this was 87, 88.
We're talking very recent.
Sometimes I need a follow cart, because the front one gets too
lettuce
filled.
and romaine lettuce and butter lettuce.
This was in the day where I'd get everything, because I grew up in a house that was very, very sort of quote healthy, so there wasn't any garbage in the house. And so once I moved out, I bought all the garbage. I mean, the snacks, the sodas, the cereals.
It's the best. It's almost like when you get older and you're on your own, it's something feels good about not having to ask permission to eat and whatever you want.
Let's be clear, Sean. I grew out of it in about 2 years, and I've been taking care of my body ever since. You're what, 62, 63 now, and you're still buying Fruit Loops.
No, I will have something like that on occasion. I'm trying to find balance for the first time ever.
Are you still off sugar? You were off sugar a couple weeks ago.
Not entirely, but I didn't realize my favorite ice cream had 100 grams of sugar in a pint.
Didn't realize that, huh? What do you think? You think ice cream is just unicorn farts and cream?
Yeah, I didn't know they could manufacture unicorn farts.
Yeah, it's cream and sugar. Full stop.
Yeah. What kind of dad joke do I have for you? This might have been.
I'd love to just to transition into our guest.
This is a new. This is
Wait, this one because I don't know if I may have said
You've
this before.
created your own segment here.
I may have said this before, so please forgive me if I told you this one already. But I asked my brother to pass me the travel pamphlet this morning.
Yeah.
And he said, "Bro, sure." Oh, I got a giggle.
Oh, JB really likes that one. JB really likes that one.
That one makes me real happy. It settles me. It's good that it settles me because I'm really nervous about this next guest.
Nice.
Boy,
I
here we
mean,
go.
this is...
Is that why you wear a nice shirt?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you've ever seen me in a button-up on this show.
Really nice.
So today's guest, this is someone I've wanted to meet for a very long time. She first hit my radar. Oh no, wait, that's
that's my wife.
the last guest.
It's
Hold
Amanda.
on.
Hey, God, can you imagine how much shit you'd throw at me if I came this unprepared? And by the way, what a slight to your guest.
I'm wearing a nice shirt,
What
though.
a side swipe to your guest.
Oh no, here we go.
This is
Okay.
just
That's good.
I
What
would
if
be
it started exactly
I would
the
have
same?
hung up. I would have gone already. If I were your guest, I would have walked.
We've got a real special treat today. Dash, I think. Can't wait to meet her. This is someone who I've been watching from afar, very, very curious about.
Well, I already know who it is.
Stalking.
She's a true chameleon. She started acting at 15 and now barely 30. She's already won multiple Emmys, countless nominations, and seems positioned for a long and fruitful career. How did this Hebrew-speaking beauty from the Bronx make it all the way out to Hollywood and into our hearts?
We're going to find out.
Let's find out. This is Miss Julia Garner. Did I say that correctly? Did I pronounce that right?
You threw me with I can't wait to meet her.
Oh, right. I'm real crafty like that.
Watching from afar.
We can unblock the camera now, my sweet love.
Yeah. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi, Julia.
Oh, you
Nice
look
to
just
meet
like
you.
on the TV shows.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you, Jason.
You too.
I've heard
wait,
so
no
much
Southern
about
accent?
you.
No
Yeah.
Southern accent. So that was just a put on from the.
Just
Oh, my
for
gosh.
so that our listener knows,
Yeah.
Julia starred in, was arguably the best part of Ozark
There's
for,
no
the,
argument
for the entire.
there.
You're
There's
right.
no argument.
For years and years, and that's how you and JB met. I presume was
Yeah, we
on
did.
Ozark, the award-winning show brought
Yes.
to you by our very own JB and starring the wonderful Julia Garner. Julia, welcome to SmartLess.
And Jason.
Yes.
Jason, starring
Brought
Jason.
to you by our
Well-
friend Ted Sarandos. That's
Yes.
who brought it.
Right.
Oh my God!
Shout out to
Lovely.
Chet
Pucker
Ted.
up.
Yeah, I love you, Teddy.
Love
Teddy,
you.
you're the best.
Gross.
Love you,
Disgusting.
mean it.
Go ahead.
You know what, though, Julia? I first of all, it's so nice to meet you.
So nice
this
to
is
meet
really
you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jason was joking because I know every interview you've ever given over the many, many years of Ozark was about that accent. But I was truly blown away. Because I'd never seen you before, so because I'm an idiot.
A lot of
so
people.
my first exposure to you was Ozark, and then when I saw you on your first talk show, I was like, "Oh wait, what?" Like it was so believable. You were completely. Do you love playing characters
He's new
like
to
that?
acting. He's really blown away by the concept of it. It's so fun,
but
right,
when
Sean? This is
someone-
another.
When you
this is
pretend to
what-
be someone else, is it
Yeah.
neat?
yeah,
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
he thought Ozark was a documentary. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jason just brought a whole film crew
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the Ozarks.
We disturbed you and your brothers.
Just did like Werner Herzog style, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever asked you. It would have been fun for me. It would be fun one day to play and do some big Southern accent.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Like, was it fun to do that?
Hang on, keep going. Who are we
Yeah,
meeting?
no,
keep
now,
going.
I'm
I
doing
like
this.
Introduce us to this
yeah.
character.
Just
Fire up the truck. Yeah. Was it fun to play to use the accent all the time?
Did I use it like off camera when we weren't working
No.
together?
No.
No, but
When you were doing it, when you were playing the Ruth Langmore gal
was it work or did you enjoy actually
hoot?
doing that? Because you have to be conscious of it.
It was both, but I feel like if you want anything to be good, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
I'm
also
writing this
just
down
if
as you're talking.
Yeah, but also it's like if you want, I'm always constantly like chasing that flow state. So, and that takes a lot of work in a way.
The flow state
to just kind of get there.
What is that? That is after
like
work.
When you're acting.
Right. So, well, I don't know. I don't know the terms.
Remember when you directed me?
Yeah. But the flow happens. Does the flow happen after?
He doesn't remember at all.
After massive preparation, one can reach a flow state because you've properly prepared? Question?
Yes. So I like prepare, and then once I, get to your set, I just throw it all away.
Yeah. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think about it.
He doesn't take you out of that flow state when you see his face. It doesn't go like.
No, you know what? I love working with Jason because he kind of. I love working with Jason because he relaxes everybody. Like he makes it fun. Because sometimes when especially when I was like a new actor, I would always get super tense, and it felt like almost like life or death. And then Jason would do something ridiculous to kind of ease it, and I loved it. And I think that's so important, in my opinion.
I'm the best.
I love it.
I'm the best.
You are the best. You really are. I say this to everybody, truly.
Yeah.
Julie, I love that. Me too. Never been directed by him.
Ted Sarandos is the best.
Ted Sarandos is also the best. Yep.
Let me just say that.
Yeah. No. Incredible.
But Jay, why don't you never ever have, by the way, neither of you, Will, you don't either, never show any signs of anxiety while me and Julia are walking around with we're nervous about showing up and doing a good job.
You should look at my bowel movements.
Would you? God, can we have one episode where we don't talk about bowel movements? This is. What are you talking about, Sean? You're not.
No, I mean, I get nervous, like you just said, Julia, about right before you start, and is the character that I worked on going to be any good, and blah, 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 and then once you get, but I just don't feel that from you guys.
Well, sort of in that vein, Julia, so you're going to do Ozark. You meet Mr. Bateman.
Thank you.
As he makes you, I heard that he made you call him. And so you go through the process of getting that gig, and you show up day one on set, and you know that you're playing this Southern character. Were you nervous at all about taking that first swing, that first take of that first scene?
Yeah.
Or had you guys prepped enough and he knew?
No, I was so nervous because also, first of all, I thought that I wasn't going to get Ozark when I auditioned for it.
Well, his face just sagged, so he's always got a mean look on his face.
I actually felt the
this
first
is him
audition.
Right.
Look at his nose getting up. He's like,
he thinks he's smiling.
I'm
He has to turn his whole head up, so
he's
smiling.
just like, look, it's like I can see a booger right there. No, but it was kind of crazy because the first audition, I thought, it was just like a tiny, tiny casting room in New York, paper thin walls, and I'm like hearing the other actors read the lines, and I'm like, oh my God,
worst.
I'm like, wow, she killed him. They're like, that was amazing, that was fantastic, and then I had to go in next, and I did it once, and I remember calling my mother, and I was like, I'm just gonna move on, and then I want to say 10 days later, there was a callback, and Jason was in that callback, and I remember he
slower.
He kept on, no. I'm trying. No, I'm trying to make up a story that. You know what I remember? I remember he was very. He gave very good. He gave amazing, really interesting direction, but also he was very sweet. And then he started talking about local TV. At the end of the audition, you local news. You were saying, "What are you going to do later?" I was like, "I don't know. Watch some TV." And he's like, "What are you going to watch? Local news?" That was
right. Isn't he
that
great?
Is funny.
That's literally the first thing. And then I was like, that guy's an oddball, but I like him. And I was like, but also, how does he know that I kind of love secretly local news too? He saw me immediately.
Yes.
Did I say any? I didn't say, hey, high five, you got the job in the room, did I?
No. And Chris was in the room, and I just remember feeling still unsure. But I do remember with the first, it was like a mock scene. It wasn't even in the script. But I do remember seeing.
Did I read with you?
Yeah, you read with me.
I did.
And I remember the first scene that I saw, I was like, this dialogue's either going to work if this person talks really fast or really slow. There was no in between. That was always very clear in the dialogue.
And you went with the fast.
Depending on her mood.
Yeah. And then what about the accent? Was that something that Alexa Fogel, sort of our casting director, did she give you a sort of a hint, a tip on that? Like you should speak in it, or is that just something you did on your own?
No, by the way, we love Alexa Fogel. Shout out to Alexa Fogel.
Shout out.
Yes, grateful
She
for
loves
Alexa.
that Will Arnett.
Many years. I've known her many years.
Yeah. No, it was kind of one of those things that I just assumed because it was Missouri that there was going to be an accent.
Missouri.
And that's also why also why I didn't feel like the first audition nobody was doing that accent, and then I couldn't remember my lines with my regular speaking voice, so I started freaking out. That's why I didn't think I was going to get the job.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Did you, I will say it reminded me of, did you ever know people, I knew a few actors over the years, especially like in the 90s, being in New York and sometimes coming out here. And you'd often over the course of years see like the same kind of people who are kind of your age up for the similar jobs. And you'd see them over, and you get to know them from waiting rooms and stuff around town.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's how I had it's like I had the misfortune of originally meeting Thoreau over the years, was in waiting rooms, right?
There's always an actor in a waiting room. Like,
but there were those, but you know those actors who would come out, I knew a couple and they thought they were being funny and they'd come out and they'd go like, well, I got it. Like that was their bit all the time was like, I got it, nobody else. And like at a certain point you're like, hey man, just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, keep it inside.
I want to work too.
And then cut to you walking out of the Arrested Development audition and everyone and all the executives following you out saying, all right, we got it. We got our guy, as you guys all walked past the remaining guys that were supposed to go in and audition for your part.
Why do they do that?
Which if you remember, JB, at the time, I said to Mitch, I said, hey, let's keep it down. It was part of the story because one of the people was out there in the room who didn't get it, and I knew what that feeling was.
Yeah.
Well, we can say who that is because he did just fine. Rainn Wilson went on to get The Office a couple weeks later.
Yeah. He would have beat me at that gig. So like he would, you know what I mean? Let's just be clear about that. Anyway, so with that kind of like actor politics is always weird.
Well, it's funny, and I feel like that's slowly disappearing. Like I feel like I was kind of
doing their auditions from home.
Yeah,
now.
like I feel like I was kind of the very, very last of like. There's so many actors that are working today that I've met in audition rooms when I was like 16, 17 years old. Yeah. And then like there would be like a hangout after like they're like, oh yeah, do you like want to hang out? Yeah, like it was just like a little more. There was like. It's spontaneous a little more now. It's just
camaraderie,
yeah.
But
like
you were also you were a great hanger outer on Ozark, right? You guys always went out.
I don't even know what that's.
Well, but because I would always hear the next morning at work, like you guys would all talk about the night you guys had out. You go out with all the other actors, and you guys would all have a lot of fun.
I was also 22 when I started.
They had a real life down there.
Where were you, JB?
Granddad went home, put on the comfy socks and PJs, and watched Rachel Maddow and learned my lines and went to bed.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Still doing the same thing today, Julia. You haven't
it's all going to be over. No regrets. What have you done? What have you done? Nothing.
I've got one tooth left in my mouth.
See, I've had no life experience.
But I'm thin.
We'll be right back.
And now back to the show.
We'll get off of Ozark really, I'm sure after this. I could talk about it forever. I love the show.
No, shut up. You have not seen it.
I've seen every episode. Was there anything, because it was like, at times it was really physical. And I remember Jason telling me that I was like, did you really do all that? He's like, no, that was a stunt double where he gets punched in the face, thrown on the floor, kicked across the room. Did you have anything like that? And did you ever get hurt?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Really? Yeah, but I'm also like my
flower.
Yeah. But I also don't sometimes carry myself like one. So that's how I get hurt.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Julia, have you learned how to...
I'll be fine.
Have you learned how to drive since the show?
You didn't know how to drive?
This woman... I mean, you ask her to just drive 10 feet. Just hit the mark. You just get to drive 10 feet. We're going to put sandbags in front of the wheel.
And you're going to be the first person that I'm going to call. As soon as I
I'm not getting in the car. I will not get in the car till you get at least a year under your belt.
Wait, Julia, do you drive now or you still don't drive?
No, because it's just, I've been...
Where do you live?
Los Angeles.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well,
you honestly still don't drive?
No, and then whenever I'm in the process of learning how to drive, then I have to leave town for real. Like it's like always like that. So as soon as like I want to, work, I just try to learn how to drive, and then I'll.
So how do you get around?
Doing that.
You're Uber all the time, or does Mark drive you around?
Both. Friends. I can't. You know what the kids say today?
Want to
yeah,
Uber
what the kids say.
time.
I'm like a passenger princess. That's what the kids say today. Totally. By the way, even if I learned how to drive, I still love to be driven. I'm not going to lie. Like, I love it.
Call me if you ever need a ride. I do like to drive. All right, wait
a minute, Julia. Wait, I want to stay on this driving thing just for 2 seconds.
Okay, Sean.
So, wait, you have your friends drive you, or Mark? I'm guessing Mark is your boyfriend or husband?
My
I could ask you 17 million questions about this.
And have you ever Waymo'd?
Is that the thing that's a
self-driving car? Yeah.
That scares me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I've done that before with my friend because he also doesn't drive because he's from the UK, and that scares me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sean's a big advocate.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's where the future is going to. I think ultimately, like 20, 30 years.
Is that where we're going? Driverless cars? Prognosticator.
Yeah. Oh, do you think AI is going to have an impact?
Wait, what's AI?
What's going to be popular? Computers?
What else, Sean?
Nostradamus.
What else? I think food's really going to catch on.
Any more hot takes? Fuck. Julia, I've got a question for you. Sean, quiet, please.
Yes, Jason.
So you booked Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene.
Yeah.
Okay, hold for applause. At 16, was this the first time that you really felt acting was a viable career path, Julia? Julia, please answer the question.
Yes, please answer the question. It was still like a test because I was so young. I was 16. So
but that
I was
like
still
the first biggie, right?
Yeah, that was the first job. And I didn't even really know, because this was 2010. And so Sundance was not what it is today. It wasn't it was still felt kind of indie in that way. There was like, I think like swag bag was like a thing for like 2 that it was like, it was just new. So it wasn't commercialized in a way. So I didn't really know what anything was. So it felt more like a test, I guess, in a way. But I just really loved it. I just loved meeting people. And
that film kind of took off and you started to get some notoriety and the phone started ringing just a little bit. And like, was that kind of
notoriety?
exciting?
Was it bad news? What happened? Did you do something bad?
Could you kind of see the future a little bit? Did you have the courage to kind of dream a little bit there, or was it still a little distant?
I've always been a big dreamer, but I never thought that my life would end up like this. Like I never thought that this was. I always loved movies. I grew up like watching Turner Classic Movies, and I always loved films, but there was still something that felt very far, even though I grew up in New York and I grew up around actors and going to the theater, but there's something that felt very far because I didn't know it was like a real profession. Like it didn't feel real.
Right. So then even as sort of some momentum started to gain there, so you're 16, you're approaching the end of what would be the high school years and the possibility to maybe go to college and study another career. So since you weren't really committed you weren't allowing yourself to feel super positive about a career in the business, were you keeping your other irons hot as far as other occupations, other industries?
No, because I was so bad at everything else. And I seemed...
You were all in. You didn't even go to college?
No. And I was like, oh, well, I'm getting a good response with this, so I must be okay with it because I'm so bad at everything else.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that is that that's a common that answer comes up for a lot, and it goes for the three of us too, right?
Yeah, we can't.
And I'm sort of coming to the conclusion that actors are just a bunch of people who are bad at everything else.
Yeah.
Right. It's true.
Like let's pretend. Let's get a job where we can pretend to be good at stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of true.
Yeah, that's
true. I don't do well when I feel like there's like has to be rules in a way. Like I
that there's a right way to do something and a wrong way to do something.
Yeah, like I like running. I like the feeling of like running around and kind of being free, as corny as that sounds. But
right.
Sounds like you're advocating for anarchy.
Yeah. No, she is. She's a rule breaker.
I'm a rule breaker.
I didn't know about
this.
Tell me about what is this David Chase thing that Wikipedia is talking about here?
Oh, so there's actually, speaking of, so that was my second movie.
This is Not Fade Away?
Not Fade Away. And this is a crazy story. So my first time going to LA, I just turned 17. It was like a month after I turned 17. And I only remember this because it was like in March and all the purple, trees.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like that coming from New York.
Yeah.
Jacaranda.
Yeah, and I remember being Jacaranda.
And were you alone at 17 or did you come out with mom?
No, I came out with mom and my acting coach.
Oh, yeah.
And
did you stay at the Oakwoods?
Yeah.
You did?
And
did you really?
Like nearby, yeah. And we didn't know where anything was. This was like GPS was new, so it was like recalculating. It was like all the time. It was so crazy. And
sounds like mom was as gifted as you are behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Recalculating.
Yes, recalculating, exactly. But it was one of those things that I had crazy like callbacks, auditions like every single day while I was doing that one day of shoot for the David Chase project that he basically like wrote that part for me because I auditioned for a different part.
Okay.
And I didn't get James Gandolfini's daughter. So he was like, I wrote a part for you. And it was like in this dream sequence.
Yeah.
So that was my first time in LA. And on the plane, I got the worst eye infection on my way there. I had green pus coming out of my eye, green goo. It was terrible. And I had all these auditions booked, all these callbacks. Like sometimes these callbacks, I'm looking at it, I'm like, where are these meetings now? Like, I'm like, these meetings were crazy. And
poor thing. You must have been just a nervous wreck that you were going to show up with this pink eye.
So this callback, that I had, so there was all these callbacks and auditions and meetings with this and it wasn't, contagious. So I went to a doctor and they're like, yeah, you're fine, but it just it's literally an eyesore. And I got this phone call. Well, I had a chemistry read with Claire Danes. So I had to go in with an eye infection with Claire Danes and I had to apologize, basically explain my eye.
Right.
Which was horrific.
Don't look at this one, look at this one.
Yeah.
So-called eye.
And then
that is great.
And then in the middle of all these meetings, going back and forth, didn't know where I was going, never been to LA. I got a call from my manager, and a few weeks before I went out in New York, I went on this audition for an untitled Paul Thomas Anderson film. And is there a phone ringing? I can't.
No, you may
the name of the film?
I don't know what's going on.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. And
by the way, it would be a great title for a Paul Thomas Anderson. Is there a phone ringing?
Is there a phone ringing?
Exactly. No, so it was an untitled Paul Thomas Anderson film. I was 16 and they called in. They're like, he wants to meet with you. So I had that, and then it turned out to be for the Masters.
Oh wow. I love that movie. Yeah.
But I had this eye infection. I had this crazy chemistry read. And but that was my first time in LA. And then also who I met that week was Fred Roos. I was 17 years old. It was one of, the producer of The Godfather.
Yeah.
But then by then I met him. It was like a Friday and my eye calmed down. But during that time, I also did Not Fade Away, just to give you, I'm giving you the bullet points.
What were you meeting with Fred Roos about?
Just a general meeting, I guess. I don't know. It was
Did he make you an offer you couldn't refuse, or?
No, I just met with him. It was
I just thought maybe.
Yeah.
So jump from that to.
Yeah, but that was my first time in LA. Crazy.
Wow.
Trip.
So if you will make a big huge leap now from your sort of nascent stage there, and now you've just won your first Emmy of 3 consecutive Emmys, by the way.
Unbelievable.
What did that feel? So you've just won an Emmy.
What a streak!
What a streak!
Unbeaten 3 years in a row.
What was that like? Personally and professionally, was there a big sea change, or was it sort of a gradual thing? I'm recalling that. Here's the question: did the next day after winning an Emmy feel like you thought it would when you allowed yourself to dream back when you were a little kid?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good.
Well, first of all, Jason, I just want to say, like, it's, it was such a dream working with you this whole time, or that whole time of and what I mean is like the process. It really, the next day, it was not depressing. It was not depressing, but it made you look at how important the process is and the experience rather than the result.
Yeah,
that's right.
In a way.
Amen.
And
now what?
It's a token in a way.
Yeah.
It's like it's an amazing token, and it's like an opportunity for things. But then after the opportunity, you're looking for a new process in a way.
Because you kind of feel like there's nothing really changed. It's just the next day.
Endorphin
right?
rush and all that stuff is all in the anticipation. It's not in the getting of the thing, which is true.
Yeah, and also your problems you'll have 30 seconds up there, and it's great, and then you
right back to your life.
Get off the stage, and then you're like the next day, your problems are still following you. It doesn't change anything.
Exactly. That's why I've never won an Emmy. That's why.
You just keep returning them. I want to take myself out of the running. Yeah, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, I know. You
know, but it's funny. I think what it resulted to was after that, it made me very feel not confident in a complete different way. In a sense, because what it does, when you have a win after win after win after win, you kind of put this like pressure, or you feel like you have this, people are having this expectation on you.
Right.
But, during the strike, I went to clown school because I didn't know what else to do with my time. And I went to France. But the thing that the teacher, Philippe Gaulier, who's amazing, he kept on saying, he said,
that son of a bitch.
He's like,
I'll show this guy a thing or two about being a clown. Oh, you like France? Come to Italy.
Sorry, this is a running joke. He's got a real loud mouth. He's a handful in the back of the
anyway.
Yeah, and he's real touchy and sensitive about other Europeans.
Exactly. But he kept on saying the failure is the friend of the clown, which I love.
Failure is the friend of the clown.
Failure is the friend of the clown. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And you can't have great art if you don't have some sort of humility in a way.
Yes.
Please Please tell me what goes on in clown school.
Well, a lot of
face painting.
But I mean, like, you hear that.
Are you guys kind of juggling a lot of different things?
Yeah.
Nice, Will. Another nice one.
Actually, I didn't. I did get a clown certificate. So you are talking to a certified clown.
Was it an oversized shoe? Was it an oversized shoe or
just a red nose?
Did it
red
It was a red nose, and he assigned me. He took one look at me, and he was like, "You are the witch." He assigned me to be a witch. I don't know. I maybe give him like witch energy.
The witch with one cigarette.
Wait,
no, but he was really
I mean,
brilliant.
do you do like, because I hear, and I'm an idiot, so I went to clown school, and I do everything that Jason and Will are joking about. Like, I think about like, oh, well, you put the paint. Is it that you paint your face and you put on?
No,
it's
it's old school, like European clown.
Yeah, it's old school. And
it's
like
kind of depressing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like he puts you on stage, and then you go behind a curtain, and then they cue the music, and you walk around like in a clown circle, and then and then the music stops, and you just have to do whatever comes to your mind and make people laugh. And if you don't make people laugh, he kicks you off the stage.
Oh my God! Wow.
So you have to really kind of just completely almost humiliate yourself. Just basically pull your pants down metaphorically, right? And just like be a fool.
Be a fool.
Great.
So I just felt this, the first, 2 days, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why did I do this? Like, what is wrong with me?
I love you did
I'm like, I'm not even Paris. Like I'm in this town, which by the way, the town that I was staying in, I was like, why is this energy so crazy? And there's like the biggest mental asylum in France in this town.
That's not a coincidence.
Clown school.
But of course, but again, of course, I also love, that's just me. Sign me up for the weirdest experience, and I'm all up for that. But it was it was a 10 out of 10 experience. Genuinely, it was amazing.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah,
that's
really
awesome.
Cool.
So has it adjusted your acting at all? Did it sort of incorporating
absolutely.
this fearlessness of humiliation? Although you were always brave you never worried about making yourself look foolish or ugly or flawed or something like that.
No, not ugly. Well, no, and I think for me it was more that. I just needed to, I have to constantly make myself feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's going to make me feel comfortable as an artist. That's cool. If I feel any sort of comfortability, I don't then something's deeply wrong.
Yeah, I totally get it.
And also, I don't like.
You totally get it. You're comfortable beyond me. Are you saying?
No, I know the being uncomfortable.
You walk around in cashmere slippers starting at 10:30
You and one other person
a.m.
live in a 15,000 square foot house.
Shut the hell up, Sean. Go ahead, guess.
I'm uncomfortable.
She's talking about discomfort as a fucking artist. Jesus Christ.
I'm not talking. Listen, don't get me. I love my sweaters, but I
just. There's our bumper sticker.
We'll be right back.
All right, back to the show.
Julia, now you're surrounded by musical instruments, and I've been wanting to ask this: are these yours?
No, these are my husband's.
Okay.
We're setting up a studio here.
She's married to a rock star, you stupid dick.
Okay.
Oh, really?
How am I supposed to know?
No, I can't play
anything. You're supposed to study up. You're supposed to Google him during this interview.
I didn't know it was...
Is he a singer? I don't know who he... forgive me.
He's Mark Foster the People. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now that's a band.
Yeah. This is a fantastic band.
That's great. Wait, can I jump ahead? I mean, I'll let Jay drive it in a second, but...
Please.
I just remembered, were you supposed to play Madonna at some point? Or is that going to still happen?
Yeah, I mean, that's supposed to still happen.
That's
but
wild.
What
do you think? I mean, how did that come about? And were you ever a fan and all that?
Oh my God, I was such a fan of Madonna's. I grew up listening to Madonna. It just came about, I knew that they were doing a project, making a movie about it. And then I went out to audition. That was also another thing that I kind of just wanted to see if I could do it. Because, I wasn't a trained dancer, and I had to learn how to dance and then dance in front of her and convince her that I can dance, basically. Yeah. And sing with her and
wow,
stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, so then how was that? How did it go well? Or did she give you a bunch of notes, or was she just like, "Oh my God, you're amazing. Do this, do that"?
Well, I kind of just thought okay, what would Madonna do?
Yeah.
Which is convince you that she deserved, to be in this room.
Right.
And,
you owned it.
And I owned it. And I'm kind of you can take it or leave it, but if you leave it, if I leave, then that's, that's on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's if you take it, great. That kind of mentality.
Yeah, Tracy calls that sexy indifference.
And work the room, literally work the room.
So what happened with that? What happened with that?
Still sort of brewing?
Still brewing?
It's a long gestating, good meals take a long time.
But I also feel anything that's great, also too, I notice if you hear story, I feel it takes a long time. Or it's, it's either
But
long
meanwhile, you've snuck in a couple of fantastic jobs. Fantastic Four, anyone?
Oh, yes.
July 25th?
That's going to be huge.
Yeah. I mean, what was that process like? I imagine it was a lot of effects. You had to work with that pain-in-the-ass Pedro Pascal. I don't know how you get through that. How do you get through something like that?
He's real chatty.
I love him. It's
Who
so funny because I
He's
met
the
Pedro
best.
when I was 18.
Yeah.
And everybody now is on this Pedro craze, which I'm so happy
Not
about.
us.
But
Not us.
We're not fans. We're not fans.
But I've met him, and I always thought, he was just so talented, and it was always a matter of time with him. I felt.
But what about like green screens and special effects and all that? Like that's a big spicy meatball. That thing, you've got costumes and like future stuff. Like,
well, no,
what was that like?
I didn't have any costumes because I was
you're
just
Silver
like
Surfer.
Yeah, so I was just like.
Oh wait, you're the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, so I was like.
Easy, Sean.
Yeah, so it was.
There comes Scotty. Scotty's going to slide in on a chair like Weekend Update. Hey, question.
No, I used to love this. When I was a kid, I used to watch it all the time. Like, I love the Silver Surfer.
So
was my
just like
favorite.
I'm chrome and silver.
Yeah, it's so
Right.
cool.
So does that mean you had to like wear like a green bodysuit with like little markers on it for visual effects?
I had the helmet with the giant GoPro type camera and like the wires.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. And the first day on set, my first day on set was wild because, I finished Weapons like.
Weapons. Let's not jump to the Josh Brolin vehicle coming out August 8th called Weapons.
Yeah, by the way. So I filmed that like, I want to say like 3 weeks before. So like, but my first day on Fantastic,
That's Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
I'm kidding.
First Steps. Yes. Yes, that's Fantastic Four. I had to do this like all these like lines in the middle of, it's supposed to be like Times Square, and it was 30 feet in the air.
JB, you did a bunch of lines in the middle of Times Square, right? Like 94?
Sure did, yeah.
Yeah.
The New Year's celebration is always
that's what
classic.
It was. That's what it was.
But
And
it was crazy.
ran him.
It was crazy because I was doing it was my first day on set, and I was doing a scene 30 feet in the air with an earpiece and a microphone. Talking to 500 extras. And number 2 was at Marvel, from Marvel, was like on set. So I was like, that was my first day. Yeah. But after that, I felt like, I have no reason to be nervous, I think, if I can do a scene 33 in the air.
You have a robust promotion schedule coming up? You going to travel the world for that?
Yeah, so I feel like with that, they were the Fantastic Four, the cast, they were so nice, and I kind of felt like a really nice dinner guest in a way. So they like were really great hosts.
Yeah.
So I'll like come in and out to their dinners, but I'm not gonna, and I'll be like a good dinner guest, but I'm not gonna be like the dinner guest. Yeah.
You'll be number 5 over there.
Yeah,
Pick your cities.
So, Exactly.
All right. So then that comes out July 25th, and you got Weapons with Josh Brolin August 8th.
Jeez, man.
What's Weapons about?
First of all, Brolin. I mean, come on.
Brolin. Yeah. Now, you think Pedro Pascal's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
This guy, Brolin.
I know. I work with all the best men. Jason, Pedro, Josh.
Well, you know how to slay the dragons.
Unbelievable.
What is that one about?
It's so crazy. It's kind of like a multi-story, intertwined spider web, but it's like a horror Magnolia kind of vibe.
Oh, really?
I don't even know how to explain it.
I'm going to explain it.
With you.
When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance.
Well, there it is.
And I play a teacher.
I'm in.
Yes.
I like you, and I like the Brolin fella.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go far.
Julia, what do you do for fun? What do you do for fun?
Yeah, you work.
What do you do when you don't work?
Yeah, what do you do when you don't work? You sound like you work a lot, which is great. Bravo. It's great. It's great work ethic.
Yeah.
But what do you do when you're just chilling? You're not driving, so we know that.
Yeah.
Are you?
What are the
I'm
hobbies?
going to sound so bad in this interview. Oh my God.
She just skateboards around LA. What do you do? What's the hobby?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that out.
You have
right now.
zero hobby right
But when you're down, like you're in LA, you're down, you've got downtime.
Well, the problem is that when I'm not working, I love watching movies, but then even then it still feels like I'm reminded that it's still
counts.
work.
Let me, what are you going to do the rest of today?
Yeah.
You're not going to set today.
Well, I have an ADR after
All right, so that's work.
today. And then I am leaving on Thursday to Vancouver for 5.5 months.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So then
God.
you're going to pack. You'll pack tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I'm always working.
That's crazy.
What about what are you watching right now on television, aside from the movies? Like will you just put on an old movie wherever it is?
Yeah, well, and then, or I'll watch new stuff, or I'll watch things that, that I know that I should watch that I haven't watched yet.
Like Below Deck Mediterranean?
Yeah, by the way, I never got into that. I'm maybe one of the few. But now I'm going to finish watching the Paul Rubin doc. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, I finished it.
It's
That's really good. It's interesting.
It's so good.
Did you see the Osama bin Laden doc?
I started watching it, and I wanted to binge watch it, so I stopped. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what about, talk to me about fashion and modeling. I'm sure that's a passion for you. But
well,
also
I mean, I'm kind of...
Sorry, not for you, Will. This is for our guest. This is for our guest, Julia. Yeah. Oh. Is that kind of a hobby? I mean, you don't look at it as you're not doing that to make a living, because you make plenty as an actor. But I'd imagine that it's kind of fun to be asked to do these things.
Well, I actually, there was a very long time where I actually made better money doing that than my acting.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of that came from that.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's like a half, it's like a,
yeah.
I have 2 jobs, I guess. I don't know, but yeah.
And so do you love all the dress up and the traveling and the...
I don't love the traveling, but I've always loved fashion as a kid, because I always found it like a form of expression, in a way.
You've got a big billboard in New York. What was it for that I've just seen recently? It was
Gucci.
Gucci.
So that was amazing, because I got to shoot with Stephen Meisel again, and he shot my first cover when I was like 21.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
And I think it was like a year before it did Ozark. The first season of Ozark. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So crazy.
Oh my God.
So
that's
long
really
ago.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Sean, you ever done a cover?
Yeah, this year or no? I mean,
sorry. We need to be more specific.
Yeah, just give me the year.
I think you could do a cover.
Yeah.
I think you can do a cover. Yeah, why not?
GQ, whatever.
Well, Julia, when you get back in 5.5 months, maybe we can say hi.
I know. I get I always, I miss working with you. That's the thing that I want to do the most. Is
back at you.
Work with you again.
Boy, she closed her eyes when she said that. You know what I mean? It's a tell.
No, I didn't.
A little bit of a tell.
A little bit.
Tell us one thing that we don't know about Jason that you experienced on. That was kind of fun, but also revealing and maybe embarrassing.
She can't think of it.
I can't.
No?
It's so not. Jason's probably the most. He paid me to say all of this, by the way. No, I'm kidding. No, Jason is the most nurturing director I've ever worked with. There's this sense of safety that.
That's our time. I think we just did it.
You know what though? If I ever had the
experience.
chance to direct Will or Sean, I'd be a fucking monster with them.
Yeah. What do you think?
You already have.
Shut up over there, Will.
You fucking directed,
stuff like
and we
that.
got in an argument the first time you directed Arrested Development.
Because he came in all fucking pouty because who was it? Who lost the election? Kerry?
Kerry, yeah.
John Kerry lost the election, and old Canadian Will walks on to set all pouty about,
hey man, I was wearing yellow leotards and I was in a fucking banana suit. That's a true story.
I had to pick you up.
Jason and he picked me up with a crane and we got in an argument.
Dropped you in the bay, yeah.
And I'm in a fucking banana suit and we're arguing outside. He's like, just do the fucking scene. I'm like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah. I love
Was that the last time you worked with him?
That was it.
As a director.
Jason, as an actor and Jason directing?
He's pursued me so much.
Oh,
and
I just can't make this deal.
I can't make
when's the last time we
deal.
worked together as an actor? it was the SmartLess doc, right? But that wasn't really acting.
No, that wasn't acting. That was the last time we did anything, yeah.
One of these days.
I see you every goddamn day now doing this.
I'm always acting like I like you. And then Sean.
Wait, this was so funny how this happened, because I remember you were doing Ozark when you started this podcast.
Yeah.
And I remember you're like, I'm just doing something silly. It's like I'm just doing it with my friends. We're just, for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
And cut to.
It's a monster. Thank you, listeners.
Yeah.
You nice people.
Thank you, everybody.
I get to meet my heroes like Julia Garner. You're everything I hoped you would be, Julia. They don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And you were just such a delight.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
a
I
delight.
love
Love
you.
to meet you in person
I
one
love
day.
you.
When you get back
Yeah.
from your movie, please look me up.
Oh, God.
I'll try. I'll find you.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
Love you. Love to your mother. Love to
you.
Mark.
Yes.
Have a great shoot.
Yes.
And we're going to see Fantastic Four.
Yes.
We're going to see
July
weapons.
what? July what? July
July 25th.
25th, August 8th.
July 25th.
August
Yeah.
8th, weapons.
And then look for The Altruist. Is that what you're about to go do?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. That's going to be on Netflix.
Yes.
Sam Bankman-Fried. You're playing his wife,
Girlfriend.
Yep.
Caroline Ellison. Mhm.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
That's exciting.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Very
You're an
happy for you,
impressive
Julia.
person.
Congrats on everything,
Yes.
Julia.
Yeah.
Thank you
Very
guys
thrilled
so
for you.
much.
Happy for you. Love you.
Thank you.
Go
Love
kill
you.
it. And
Thank you.
hit me when you're back. All
Yes,
right.
I will. Thank you
All
guys
right.
so much.
Bye,
Thank
Bye,
you.
Julia. Thank you.
Bye, Julia.
Bye.
Oh my God, Jason.
Right?
Yeah.
Julia
I mean,
Garner. By the way,
guys.
you must genuinely feel a sense of pride, having watched her grow from being a sort of a young actor, like a young
She
kid.
was 22.
Yeah, she starts on the show, a show that you helped create and brought to life and directed and were the star of. And then she was not only amazing in it, but was recognized and had all the success and has now had a huge career. And in part by all the great work she did on a show that you were instrumental in. You must feel a great sense of pride in that.
Yes, but just barely. I take nothing away from her. She was like
you're not taking credit.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I remember very, very quickly. We made a sort of a decision to really make that character really drive a lot of story because she was so good, and the audience was going crazy for her. And it was really credit to Chris Mundy and the whole writing staff that kind of changed a lot of storylines to really utilize what a great talent she was.
Yeah, she's and a delightful person. Like I never met her before.
God, yeah, it's so sweet. My God,
so
like
sweet.
Exact opposite of the monster. Ruth was. Although she did play the character with a lot of vulnerability, but like she was really capable of just being vicious,
you love to hate her.
Awesome. Yeah.
Love the character. I mean.
But what a sweetheart. I'm so glad she's doing really well, and happy home life, happy work life. Yeah.
How about you? Yeah, I always find it interesting when a lot of actors I know are married to musicians. It's a good combo.
You're married to one.
Yes, I am married to one. He makes music. Yeah.
And Will, you do some modeling?
I'm married. I'm married to my work. Yeah, as a model.
What's your next campaign for, Will?
My next campaign is for a laxative, and I've moved into a different category at this stage of my life. So
something for the seniors.
Yeah, which I think, because now we live in this world where, so it's like.
So those photo shoots got to be shorter then, no?
And when the poster is just, I give a shit a lot, and it's going pretty well. Yeah,
it sounds like it's going smooth.
Yeah.
Hey, huh? Yeah.
I got new glasses.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So you got the kind.
Work in bifocal backwards.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh well, you ruined it.
No, go ahead.
I don't think I ruined it. I don't think you were ahead of anybody on that. The second you said glasses, but go fucking
tell us
ahead.
the story about your new specs.
They really are new. I just got them yesterday.
Are they?
Was it one prescription or?
No, it's two because the bottoms are.
What are they?
No, it's not the bottoms are. By having two, it makes them bifocals. Do you not get that?
Well, you said on the bi is so angry.
Because you just don't get it when it is
bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
SmartLess.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Bennett Barbaco, Michael Grant Terry, and Rob Armjarf.
SmartLess.